video.
That's like
Chris, I got a weird.
I'm so excited. I don't have words to explain my feelings because, it was such a great privilege for me to be part of this wonderful series.
Give me 1 second.
About the power of filming. I appreciate it.
No, I think that's what you mean.
We established this award to honor exceptional journalists and artists who are willing to tackle serious issues of global importance and who, through their integrity and creativity, inform, inspire, and empower audiences around the world. In their own unique ways, all our honorees tonight are an ideal fit for this award. Pakistani actress Reema Khan, the documentary film company Impact Partners, Al Arabiya television co-founder and broadcaster Turki Al-Dakhil, and film director Paul Greengrass. And before we serve your main course, we'd actually like to introduce you to our first honoree, Pakistan's Reema Khan, who will be receiving the AEM Partner Award tonight. Reema cares deeply about building connections between Americans and Pakistanis, and so does our first presenter, who leads America's efforts to increase mutual understanding through education and culture. To present the award, I'm delighted to call on Evan Ryan, Assistant Secretary for Education and Cultural Affairs at the State Department.
Thank you, Aaron, and thank you for all of the work that you and AAM do. It's so important for us all. It is indeed my great pleasure to be with you here tonight to present the AAM Partner Award to Reema Khan.
Honored to be part of this most distinguished gathering. I'm deeply grateful for AM's acknowledgement of my work in Pakistan's film industry. This is especially meaningful because those of us in the industry had to finance and do the work ourselves. We did not have the guidance or support of an established film industry or other institutions as are here in the United States. Pakistan has a lot of talent. In fact, Pakistani talent is selected for work in Indian films. And a 17-year-old girl, Malala Yousafzai, who recently received the Nobel Peace Prize, has shown the world that Pakistan has a lot of courage too.
To present the award to Impact Partners, it's my pleasure to invite our documentary film honoree from last year, Peter Ackerman, founding chairman of the International Center for Nonviolent Conflict and someone who understands both the documentary filmmaker and investor perspectives. Peter.
Good evening. I'm thrilled to be here tonight to help honor Impact Partners for their extraordinary documentaries and for their unique model that brings investors and filmmakers together to promote social change through film. When I started Impact Partners 8 years ago, we thought we were creating a service for funders, for investors and philanthropists who thought, as we do, that film can be a major force for social change. But quickly, as we got into the work, we realized that in servicing the funders, we had to service the folks who they were supporting, and that was the filmmakers. So all of a sudden we had two clients, the filmmakers and the funders. But standing before you tonight, I realize it isn't really the funders or the filmmakers that we work for. It's you. It's the audience. It's this audience. It's any audience that sees one of our films. When you see them, hopefully you'll be moved to tears or to laughter or to outrage, and through that to determination to make a difference. That's why we do what we do. Great documentary films are entertainment, but they're more than that. They're really a machine for creating empathy. Once you've entered intimately into the life of another person completely unlike you, living halfway around the world, once you've witnessed their dreams, once you've suffered through their struggles, once you've gloried in their triumph.
To present our next award, it's my pleasure to call on someone who's demonstrated her passion and commitment to women's advancement, one of the core values of our next honoree, Turki Al-Dakhil. And that's Dina Powell, Global Head of Corporate Engagement and President of the Goldman Sachs Foundation. Dina?
Thank you so much, Aaron. I am really honored to be here tonight and so delighted to be among so many friends. Honored to join all of you to laud the extraordinary contributions of a true pioneer and innovator in Arab media, who's also a superb journalist and broadcaster and a champion of mutual understanding and tolerance. I'm also here because I'm so impressed with the work that AAM is doing, and I'm a really good friend of Aaron Lewis.
To dedicate the prize today to the memory of my mother. She taught me to respect humanity, respect women, and respect my profession. I believe that's what brought me here today. And in all humility, let me say, I'm the happiest guy in this room tonight. Thank you.
Last year, when we honored Academy Award-winning director Catherine Bigelow, we were inspired by Washington film critic Anne Hornaday, who wrote about a genre of film she called fact-based drama or narrative nonfiction. Hornaday also wrote that, quote, if any filmmaker ushered in the current era of this genre, it's Paul Greengrass, an Englishman and former documentary director. Hornaday calls Greengrass's films, quote, straightforward, free of polemic, and utterly devoid of conventional movie moments. And she writes that regardless of their documentary-like observational style, they're not coldly detached, but deeply personal. His gaze is both dispassionate and compassionate simultaneously. We're so pleased to be honoring Paul tonight for two of his Academy Award-nominated films, Captain Phillips and United 93, that addressed real events and critically important national security issues, and did so with a sense of compassion and responsibility. First, here's a brief trailer of Captain Phillips.
This is Maersk, Alabama. We are an unarmed freighter. We have a potential piracy situation.
Copy, Alabama. You should alert your crew. Get your fire hoses ready. Chances are it's just fishermen.
Richard Phillips, the real Captain Phillips in the state.
Paul, I'm happy to be here tonight to help honor you and congratulate you on this award. But first, before I do, we have another word from another friend of yours I'd like to say.
Hello, Paul. I've always been grateful to you for taking a chance on an unknown limousine driver from Minnesota with no acting experience. Being the cast in Captain Phillips has changed my life for the better. And of course, I never dreamt that one day I'd be nominated for an Academy Award or win a BAFTA. I have the greatest respect for you as a professional and a person, and I want to congratulate you on receiving this important award from America Broad Media. I wish I could be there to celebrate with you, but I'm here in South Africa shooting my next film.
And Paul, Barquette, he's really a nice guy. I got to know Paul in the making of this movie about my crew and my story and my experience, and I just want to say that to Paul that I share Barquette's feelings about you as a director and more importantly as a person. You care about people, and you are a brilliant director who manages to convey so authentically and realistically the raw human emotions that we feel during our difficult experiences.
Of course, we're also honoring Paul tonight for his film United 93 about one of the worst attacks in our nation's history. Here's a trailer.
The weather was beautiful. We have a plane headed toward the
assemble.
Nobody's gonna help us. We have to do something right now. Colonel, I need rules of engagement. We shoot this flight down.
We have to do it now, because we know what happens if we just sit here and do nothing.
Tonight to have several families of Flight United 93 victims here.
Paul Greengrass will forever be held in the highest esteem by the families of Flight 93. September 11th, 2001 is a day that haunts our thoughts, our existence. It marks a point in time where not only our families, but the world was thrust into a new era. In this relatively new electronic age where images and ideas are broadcast instantaneously around the world, a question of propriety arose as to how, when, and in what format could and would the stories of September 11th be told. Would the storyteller be accused of exploiting the vulnerable for economic gain? And was the public ready to tear open fragile wounds and re-experience the nightmare that still haunts so many? Who could tell this story and do it justice?
There's nothing more humbling if you're a filmmaker. You want to try and find ways to tell the truth about the world as you see it. That's the job. And you try and tell those stories as honestly as you can and without fear or favour. And sometimes you get it right and sometimes you get it wrong, and sometimes they work quite well and sometimes, more often, not so well. And then you beat yourself up and then you come again and you find another story and you try and make sense of the dangerous and difficult and complex world that we all have to inhabit.